Hi guys, I want to talk to you about search engine optimization today. And search engine optimization, if you're not familiar, is how you get your work to come up higher on search results on internet browsers like Google. Basically, Google's the only one that most people use. So I'm going to talk to you about what you can do with your writing and the words that you put on the page. I'm going to talk a little bit about some technical tips and tricks too. There's tons of technical things that you can do, but mostly I'm familiar with the writing tricks. And I'm at my parents' house this weekend for the 4th of July holiday. We're having a low-key, pandemic-friendly get-together with just the family, hence the more conservative, traditional decor behind me that Mom put together. So I'm going to share a quick little presentation with you that I put together here. Okay, so writing to SEO. First, you should know that it's not an exact science. It's a little bit of an art form, and it's a little bit of a guessing game because Google does not share their algorithm. So there's not an exact set of rules that you follow, but through trial and error, through thousands of writers and SEO experts trying different things and seeing what makes them rank higher and what makes them rank lower, we know certain things that seem to work really well and other things that don't work. And that's how we've figured out this field as well as we have. So the basics of what seem to be most helpful is to pick 3 to 5 keywords or phrases. If you put more than that in there, Google seems to pick up that you are trying to rank high, and they will mark you down lower for being super obvious. So you want to pick the few little keywords that are most important to your piece and repeat those throughout your piece. So maybe there's one word that is essential to the topic and you might use that a lot, and there may be a few other phrases that I might pepper in occasionally. And it's really helpful to make sure that those keywords or phrases are in your headline, they're in subheads, and I will try to phrase them exactly the way that they will be phrased in a search. So if you're writing an article about visiting Disneyland and one of your key phrases is, what are the most popular rides at Disneyland? You might make that a section of your blog post, and you might actually make one of the subheads, what are the most popular rides at Disneyland? So you would get results. The subhead would be exactly the way you're imagining people would type the question into the search function. So you can maximize the chances that you will match up with people who are searching online. So fit those phrases into the copy a few times, and your one most important keyword, you might fit in like a dozen or 2 dozen times, depending on how long the piece is. And there is a resource that I really like online that's called moz.com, moz.com. I've written it here. Excuse me. I have allergies this weekend like crazy. The website, if you're okay giving them your email address, they will let you search 10 keyword terms a month. So for my purposes, unless I have a client who's doing tons of SEO work, this usually works just fine for me. And what you can do is you can just type in, so say you want to type in, Disneyland rides, then they'll return a list of searches that are maybe the 10 most popular searches on the internet related to rides at Disneyland. So they might let you know, I don't know, maybe it's Disneyland rides and accidents, or wait times in the lines, or the most popular rides at Disneyland. So they'll let you know what specifically about rides at Disneyland people are searching for. And so they can help you refine what your keywords and phrases should be related to rides at Disneyland. And they'll even give you numbers of how many times those phrases are being searched. So sometimes if you can see that one thing is searched a huge amount more than others, you might, sometimes I'll strategize of maybe this thing is being searched so much that it's going to be way too much competition to try to target that phrase. So I may intentionally go after the second most popular term and just really target that phrase. And you can get a lot of payoff for targeting that way. Other things, so these are sort of verbal related or written language related, sort of technical, but it helps if you make sure that you go into the coding, the language behind the programming behind your website, and make sure you have a title for your site. And whatever platform you have, if you use Squarespace, if you use Wix, if you use Weebly, just go to Google and search how to do these things. Just search, Squarespace title for site, Weebly title for site, and make sure you have that in there. Connect your site to some social media. And again, I would just go to Google how to connect a Weebly site to Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, whatever social media you use. Add a browser fave icon. This is a really good thing to do. It helps you rank higher and it makes you look really polished and professional. So when you go to websites, you will notice some of them have like a little gray square icon up at the top next to the title of the websites. And some of them have a little unique icon, and there are websites that help you create your own fave icon. If you look on my website, it is just a little box that has my initials in it, and then I made it a color that I liked. So you can do it super easy, and you make it a PNG file, which there's all kinds of websites on the internet that will help you do that for free. You download it, and then again, Google how to upload a fave icon onto your platform. I'm pretty sure I made my fave icon on Canva, C-A-N-V-A. I love Canva for making all kinds of free graphics that I use online and for my business all the time. Make it an SEO description for each page. You don't need to do it for each blog post, but for each page that stays on your website permanently. And again, Google how to do that. Should be super easy. Leave a comment on this video if you want some help figuring out how to do any of these things. And something else that helps a lot with SEO ranking is find ways to update your website frequently. So this is one reason why a lot of corporations will have a blog section of their website. If you are putting a blog out once a week, a couple times a week, maybe you have an updates section of your website where you just talk about, like, this week or this month, this happened with me or with my business. I will link my videos, my YouTube videos to my website, and that might help me get viewers, but mostly it's just so that I have current, new, updated content to help me get higher traction on SEO. So that's it for that. And then I want to share with you a piece that I wrote to SEO to give you an example of what this looks like. So just real quickly, this is something about overbite. And I just want to show you all of these highlighted words and phrases are phrases that were put in for SEO. So you can see here that the actual word overbite is in there somewhere between 12 and 24 times. And I think this piece is probably about 500 words. Let's do a word count real quick. Yeah, it's almost 500 words. And the word overbite is in there about maybe 18 times. And then I also have what causes an overbite. So I got that exact phrase in there because that may be something that people search exactly. I have treating an overbite, treatment of an overbite. So overbite treatment, treatment for overbites. That was one of the phrases that I was targeting. And then I have my subheads are how to fix an overbite, ways to treat an overbite. I got that phrase in there. Types of braces used for overbite. So I really try to title my subheads things that are exactly the phrases that people will search for online. So you, instead of being creative and cute, with my subheads and my headlines, which would be more fun to do, and I would totally do if I were writing a feature piece. When I'm doing SEO, I'll make sure that my subheads actually have a word or phrase or keyword that I'm targeting for SEO. And a lot of times the subheads will say exactly what I think people are searching for in SEO. So please feel free to comment with questions, and happy to have you like and subscribe, and I'm happy to help. This is an area that I think a lot of employers love seeing that you have skill in as a writer. It's something that has helped me book jobs. Knowing SEO, it's a good skill to add to your repertoire and have on your resume or in your portfolio, and it's not that hard to learn and add to your skills as a writer. So thanks for watching, guys. Happy 4th of July. Have a good weekend.